Hello everyone, I am absolutely delighted to be joined by Liverpool legend, God himself, Robbie Fowler. Robbie, my friend, thank you so much for joining me.
How are you, mate? You okay?
Yeah, not so bad, thanks buddy. Yourself, we're out in Hong Kong, it's hot, but it's absolutely glorious out there. You enjoying it?
You know, it's been brilliant. I mean, I've been here many times in all fairness now, but every time you come, it's different. And I mean, you come over here for, obviously, because the Redmen are in town. Yeah, but what's not to love?
Oh mate, it's been unbelievable. I've loved this film. We've been here since Sunday night and I've just loved every single second of it. The people are so welcoming, the food's brilliant. We've had a great little day, haven't we? We've been out on the Aberdeen 1773 tour and sightseeing around the harbour and that. It's been boss.
You know what, I've enjoyed it today, to be fair. So, you know, when you say you come to these places, you very rarely go off the beaten track.
Yeah.
So, you know, today's been obviously a little bit of a cultural visit where we've done the Aberdeen houseboat. We went on the sampan where we had some of the local delicacy noodles, and I think I've got a bit of Asian in me, to be fair, because I live off rice and noodles full stop. So I mean, you obviously see me the dab hand with the chopsticks. I was going to say,
I've seen you in a show. You're trying desperately to teach me and Chloe, but we were hopeless compared to you.
You were all right, actually. It was years of practice, to be fair, years of practice. But you know what, it's been brilliant. And then we've capped it off by coming here to, is it Ocean Park?
Ocean Park with the panda,
and seeing pandas. I mean, so good stuff.
But it was incredible. This morning was incredible as well. A really unique experience, I felt anyway, certainly. But today, this afternoon, there's just been another level again for me, because I could even tell the way you were looking, the way you were sort of experiencing it, getting your phone out and video, and even you, really special for you.
No, it is, because, I mean, look, I'm from Toxteth, where, you know, we never seen all like this. I mean, I know Chloe had mentioned in an interview before that, you know, I'd see him in Chester Zoo. I'll be honest, I never even went to Chester Zoo. You know, that was a little bit off the beaten track for me, that. So you come to these places, and I was lucky enough to go to a place in China last year and see pandas for the first time. But then you come here again and seeing them again, it is, I mean, it's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, I know I hope that doesn't sound like cliched or whatever, but you come in and you're sort of overawed, and I mean, I feel a bit of an idiot saying this, but when do you see pandas? I mean, you see them on movies, and you see them in, you know, Disney films or wherever they are now, and I mean, they are outstanding, aren't they?
Yeah, up close and personal as well. They're literally coming over, eating the food right in front of you and that as well. Make eye contact with one of them as well.
Well, you know, and it's funny actually, because when they're there, you actually think the pets, because you know, when you've got a dog or you've got a cat, and you go, come on boy, or come on girl. You want to do that with the pandas, but knowing perfectly well that you stay clear.
Probably not why.
Yeah.
So just generally, obviously, tell us about. So you've come here a few times, haven't you, Hong Kong generally? Just tell us why you do enjoy coming to this part of the world so much.
Well, you know what, and again, I hope that doesn't come across as a cliche answer, but ever since I played for Liverpool and, you know, stopped playing, and, you know, I've travelled the world, and, you know, as a representative of Liverpool, you know, and representing obviously other people and doing various things. But you get to see Liverpool in a different light. So when you're a player, you're sort of that focused, and your vision's just on getting results for obviously for the football team. But when you finish playing and you go to fan events and you go and do, you know, experience, you know, different things of what you would do as a player, I love doing it. And I always say, I think the beauty of being a Liverpool fan is the loyalty of being a Liverpool fan, because I think no matter where you go in the world, and okay, I know we're successful at the minute, but I mean, Liverpool had never had success for years and years. But I always think that the loyalty that the generations of the grandparents, the parents had bestowed on their kids to get them to become Liverpool fans. I mean, I just love that. So you come over here and, you know, you put on a red shirt, and, you know, everyone loves Liverpool. You've seen it the other night when, you know, 25,000 people are going to watch them training, you know what I mean? I mean, it's incredible. And it is the power of Liverpool. And, you know, I didn't get to see this as a player, but this is when, you know, since I've retired, you sort of appreciate them more, you know. And it's, again, I know I use this quite a lot, you know, it is that cliched answer, but, you know, I'm not saying this because I want everyone to like me, but I mean, I genuinely think Liverpool fans are the most loyal and the best fans around. And when you get to experience and do things like what we're doing today in the company of like-minded Liverpool supporters, it's incredible, really.
Yeah, no, absolutely is. Yeah, and you mentioned it there. It's interesting because obviously the players, you yourself back in the day, were laser focused on the job at hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting fit, preparing, because this is a pre-season tour. Ultimately, I was lucky enough to be in the stadium last night to watch that open training session, and it was intense. I said to you before, it was really at it. From your perspective, just how much importance is you and indeed managers that you played under place on this time of year, because you are gearing up towards the season proper?
Yeah.
How crucial is it?
I mean, mean, it's probably the most important part, because you think when the fixtures come, I mean, Liverpool will play, Saturday, Sunday, but then the Saturday or Sunday, then they'll play Tuesday or Wednesday, and then they'll play Saturday, Sunday. So the games come thick and fast. So you can't really do what you want to do in terms of tactical wise. You'll do a little bit, you'll tick over during the season. So pre-season is probably the most important thing to get your plan of attack, or your plan of formation, the plan of the technical side of how you want your team to run. So this is stupid, but it's probably the most important time. So I do get people coming all over the side of the world, and from a monetary point of view for the club, it's brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but I think the importance of getting everyone together, from a team spirit, and getting everyone sort of galvanised, and being together and shaping their seasons. It starts in pre-season. I know it's a silly answer, but I mean that is the importance of pre-season.
No, you're absolutely spot on, and part of that as well this time around for Liverpool will be integrating new faces and fresh blood into the squad, because there's already been a handful of them. One literally arrived on tour yesterday, headed straight to open training, straight out onto the pitch to meet his new teammates, most of whom for the first time. Liverpool have really broke the bank, for want of a better expression, this time. It's been absolutely remarkable, the business, and maybe more to come. You obviously Liverpool fan, growing up, played for the football club, continues to obviously follow the football club closely. Have you been a little bit taken aback by just how hard they've gone in the market as Premier League champions?
I mean, I've probably been surprised, in all honesty, because only surprised because we haven't done it before. I know we had a spell where we brought in Alisson, Salah, and obviously Van Dijk, where we've had obviously brought them in a period of time, and then we were quiet for a few years. So maybe what we're seeing now is maybe a culmination of all those years sort of adding up, and we're doing it, and obviously doing it now while we're champions. So while the stock's high, I think it's massively important. And I give full credit to FSG and Michael and obviously Richard Hughes, who've instrumental in bringing these players in. Okay, we haven't won nothing yet. On paper, we've had an unbelievable pre-season, but time will tell. And I don't want to be, a little bit of a downer here, but I don't want, everyone to know, we've won the league or we've won this, because until we start seeing them perform, and that's when the business end of these performances need to sort of strike, isn't it? So it has been incredible, and I'm one of them. I think you should, as a club, sign players. Manchester United have done it for years. I know we don't really want to talk about Manchester United on our channel.
What made them successful?
But you think of Man United, they were successful. They won the league, and then they'll go out into the Premier League and bring in the best player from whoever team was near them. And they've done that for years. Liverpool have done it for years in the past. I mean, you look at obviously before that, but think of '88 with obviously John Aldridge, Peter Beardsley, and John Barnes all coming in, and that was maybe a real pivotal moment in Liverpool and getting them. Back to where we probably wanted to, or not back to where we wanted, but a club where you think, we should be signing these players. They're brilliant. Now we're doing it again. We're seeing it again, and I think if you're not signing players now, I don't think you're standing still. I think you're necessarily going backwards, because other clubs will sign players. So instead of going from here to there, you're sort of going that way. So the gap becomes bigger. So I think it's massively important, and we should be signing players, but more importantly, we should be signing the right players, because that's what Liverpool as a football club have done for years.
Yeah, Liverpool recently, to their credit again, whilst they haven't always entered the market in the way we might like, when they've signed, they've tended to sign well. They've got it right more often. Like you mentioned Michael Edwards there, he's an absolute gold standard when it comes to that sort of thing, and he's back in situ now. You also mentioned going out into the Premier League and signing from our rivals. Now, Newcastle United have to class as a rival. Clearly, they beat us in the Carabao Cup. They finished top four. So
in the Premier League. So anyone in the Premier League.
100% right. Yeah. Alexander Isak, I've got to ask you as a goal scorer. That it won't go away. That rumour, the speculation. There's no smoke about fire. It feels like he's seemingly asked to leave Newcastle. They're still up in the air right now. But if Liverpool were to go out and do that, that is a statement signing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And look, as a Liverpool fan, I think we'd all love to see him, wouldn't we? I think when you look at the Premier League and the goals he scored last year, the types of goals, the performances, he was phenomenal last year. Now, hopefully he can carry on that, hopefully he'll be at Liverpool. And I don't want to say, because we sort of get on our high horse when, we talk about players going the other way. So, it would be nice, but, I think we I'm going to be respectful here, just from a Newcastle point of view of things. Because I don't really like when players talk about our club, but if you were to pick one player, from the Premier League last year who you probably want to sign for Liverpool, he would probably be on probably 90% of people's lips.
Yeah.
You know, obviously because and again, you know, with Liverpool, I know we've got Nunes there, and you know, sadly we've lost, you know, another great player. And I feel obviously horrible saying this because obviously we probably needed that pivotal striker last year. Whereas he could be a different Isak if he was to come. So I think we're in for an interesting few days. I mean, by all accounts on social media, I think everyone's already got him signed because I played the game and I know the game and I know the club. And this is what I do genuinely love about Liverpool at the minute, is everything's sort of under the radar. So whether it's something has happened, I don't know, but 9 times out of 10 now when we're signing play, you don't really hear about it until the last minute. And that is like maybe an old Liverpool tradition. And yeah, let's hope that is the case.
Yeah, we can all dream, can't we? And as I say, it bodes well. It all seems to be moving in the right direction, somewhat under the radar. Just finally, I've got to ask you, I do think it's worth Liverpool going out and signing that focal point in the attack. But while Salah remains brilliant, I think we do need that number 9 for what it's worth. But the vice-captaincy role is currently up for grabs. Now, I know you held that role for a short period. You obviously were captain of the football club as well for a prolonged period. But how important do you think the vice-captain is? Obviously, Virgil's led the team superbly since he took over the armband, Premier League winning captain. But as a vice-captain, as a general leadership group, how important it is now, do you think, to get the right people, the right characters in there?
Oh, it was brilliant. I mean, I love the fact that Andy Robbo is now, because for me, I know people sort of queried his performance last year. For me, he's probably still one of the top left backs in the Premier League, and I think people forget how good he is. He probably never reached the height of what he has done, you know, in the previous years. But I mean, I still think he's brilliant. And if any player is sort of going to lead by example and lead from the front, it's going to be Andy Robbo. I mean, he's been a phenomenal sign for Liverpool. I know he has been part of this leadership group for Liverpool for a number of years now, but to actually give him the title of vice captain, you know what, deserves it, and I'm glad, because you know, it means he's staying at the club. Because you know, there was a few rumours in the summer that he was going to go. I didn't want that to happen, because I do think he's a special player.
So, Bobby, top man.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much.